Alright, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be giving my MLB DraftKings picks for Friday, August 18th. We got a big slate today on this Friday, a 14-game slate. Got a lot of pitching options today and a lot of ways that we can go with the bats. So I definitely think this is an interesting slate. There are plenty of expensive pitchers and expensive bats that you want to get in your lineups, but there are also some good value bats and good value pitching and mid-tier pitching that I think you can target today. So I definitely think this makes for an interesting slate. There are a ton of ways that you can go, a ton of ways that you can attack this slate. I think I'm going to be paying up for pitcher today, then looking for a value pitcher. There is a really cheap value guy that I like it for my SP2 that we'll get onto later in the video that I can pair with my SP1 that I like. And there are plenty of value bats that you can target today. There's a cheap offense that I really like. So I think paying up for pitcher today is the way that I'm going to be going. And just looking at pitcher, the guy that I want to pay up for today, no surprise here, Max Scherzer pitching against the Padres in San Diego. Now Max, he is really expensive today. He's over 14K, 14,100 to be exact. But this is such a good spot for Max. He's faced this Padres team once this year already. Nearly pitched a complete game. Pitched 8 2/3 innings. Only allowed 1 run. And that 1 run came off a home run. And other than that home run, he only gave up 2 more hits after that. Got 13 strikeouts against this Padres team. The first time that he had faced them. So he's already seen this team once this year and done very well against them. This is literally the best possible spot Max could be in. This Padres team, they suck versus right-handed pitching. They strike out a ton as well. They're striking out second most in the league versus righties. They strike out 25.3% of the time so far this year. And like I said, offensively, not a good offensive team versus righties. A 239 average and a 306 WOBA, which is towards the bottom of the league. So this is such a great spot for Max. I believe the Padres' run total is under 3 runs, so Max is getting a lot of respect here. He's a minus 196 favorite, and the Padres right now, as I'm recording this video, the run total is only at 2.9 runs. So I absolutely love Max here. He legit has 40-point DK upside here. I could definitely see him getting 40 plus. The first time he faced his Padres team, I believe he had 43.9, nearly 44 DraftKings points. We could totally see him repeat that outing. I think Max can easily get 10 plus strikeouts here. We know this guy has great strikeout stuff, one of the best strikeout pitchers in the major leagues. So I absolutely love Max Scherzer here. He's really expensive at 14,100, but there is a really cheap SP2 that I like that we can pair with him. And there are also some good value bats I like today. So I think paying up for Max, the way that I'm going to be going today, I just think he has the most upside on the slate by far. And he is definitely the safest option. So I like Max Scherzer today as my SP1 for 14,100. And then for my SP2 today, I think there's a guy that we can pair with Max that is really cheap. He's actually the cheapest pitcher on this slate, all the way down at the bottom. I really like Matt Moore today as my SP2 at just 5K, getting a matchup against the Phillies. I think this is a really good spot for Matt Moore. He's going to be pitching at home in San Francisco, and that ballpark is going to help him out a ton. San Francisco's ballpark is probably the most pitcher-friendly park in the game. So Moore will have that going in his favor. This is also a really good matchup against the Phillies. Versus left-handed pitching, the Phillies, they don't strike out as much versus lefties as they do righties. They're striking out 20.9% of the time versus lefties, which is about middle of the pack. But they're not really a good offense versus lefties. They're only hitting a 235 average this year versus lefties and a 302 WOBA, which is towards the bottom of the league. So this is a really good spot for Matt Moore. He's actually getting some respect from Vegas here. Right now, as I'm recording this video, the Phillies' run total is only 3.9 runs, or their implied run total is only 3.9 runs. And Moore is a somewhat decent favorite at minus 146. So I think he is in a really good spot here. He's insanely cheap at just 5K. We're not going to need much from him at all to return value on that salary. If he gives me 10, 15 DraftKings points, and Max really comes through, Max gets 30 to 40, then I will definitely take that from my 2 pitchers. Matt Moore does have some decent upside here, I guess you could say. He does have 20 to 25 point potential. If he gets us that much for just 5K, obviously that is great value. So I think Matt Moore is a guy that we can target today. If you're looking for an SP2 to pair with Max, I do like him for just 5K. When we go with Max, Matt Moore as our 2 pitchers, that still leaves us over 3,800 remaining per player. So Matt Moore is a guy I think we're really going to need today to pair with Max. Obviously, Max is very expensive, but you can't pass up on that upside he has 40 plus DK potential here in this matchup. So I definitely wanted to get him into my lineups today. So going with Matt Moore, a guy that I like for SP2, does allow me to get in max and then get in some decent bats as well. So the first hitter that I like today is going to be at second base. A mid-range kind of value play here. Guys, 4K that I really like is Rougned Odor getting a matchup against James Shields. James Shields is going to be pitching in Texas today, so we're going to want to get as many Texas bats in our lineup as we can. Some of them are really expensive, so you might not be able to get all of them if you do play max, but there is definitely some value throughout this lineup. DeShields has been leading off as of late, and he's only 3.9K, so he's good value. Shin-Soo Choo, we'll get on to him later. He's one of my other plays. I like him for just 4.3. Andres Beltre, those guys are kind of really expensive, but Joey Gallo kind of expensive, but there's also some value. Mike Napoli's only 3.8K, so you're going to want to get some exposure to this team. Their total is right behind the Rockies. Right now the Rockies run total is at 6.9 runs, and Texas is at 6.8 runs. So that just shows you how good of a spot they're in. I don't think James Shields is going to last long in this game at all. He's going to get absolutely shelled. It's going to be 96 degrees in Texas tomorrow, so the ball is going to be flying. So get some exposure to the Rangers if you can. And I'm going to be looking to do that today with Rougned Odor for just 4K. This spot is obviously great for Texas. James Shields, the dude's pretty much a gas can. He sucks versus lefties. So far this year to lefties, he's allowed a 444 WOBA. And to left-handed hitters, 3.82 home run per 9. So he gives up a buttload of home runs. Going to Texas when it's going to be hot, you know he's going to give up some home runs here. Hopefully Odor will be hitting one of those, possibly two. And to go along with the home runs, James Shields has been giving up a buttload of hard contact to lefties, 44.6% medium contact and 36.6% hard contact. So absolutely love this spot for Odor. I think his home run potential is through the roof here. Odor does have a ton of power, and James Shields will give up a ton of home runs to lefties. So if you're looking for a mid-range play at second base today, really like Rougned Odor for just 4K. And then for my next play, going to be going to the outfield, looking to get some more exposure to that Texas offense. And I'm going to be doing that today with Shin-Soo Choo for just 4,300, getting the same matchup against James Shields. Now, same thing goes for Shin-Soo Choo as it does for Odor. James Shields, the dude just sucks versus lefties, pretty much going through the same thing. A lot of hard contact, a lot of home runs, over a 400 WOBA to lefties. So absolutely love getting some more exposure to their offense today with Shin-Soo Choo. Choo doesn't have as much power as Odor does, but he can still definitely hit the ball out of the park. He has hit 14 home runs this year. And given this matchup, he also has good home run potential here. James Shields gives up a ton of home runs to lefties. So I'm going to be looking to get some more exposure to Texas today. I think they're in such a great spot. I think they're going to absolutely go off. So I want to get as much Rangers in my lineup today as I can. So looking to get some more exposure to them with Shin-Soo Choo for 4,300. And after we do plug in Choo, we are only left with 37 or about 3,800 remaining. So going to be giving a guy under 4K here. A guy that I like, sort of a cheap stack that I think you could target today, is the Giants. And I really like get some exposure to their offense with Jarrett Parker today for 3,600. I think the Giants are a really sneaky stack that you can target today. They're insanely cheap. Pretty much all their hitters are like under 4K. So if you do want to play max today, you can definitely look towards some of these Giants. They are in a really good spot here against Zach Eflin. Zach Eflin, the dude is not good. So far this year, to left-handed hitters, he's allowed a 382 WOBA. Eflin has also given up a ton of home runs to lefties, a 2.7 home run per 9 to left-handed hitters. And he only has a 13% K rate versus lefties and an 11% K rate versus righties. So the dude doesn't strike anybody out. And the Giants, just as a team, don't really strike out to begin with. So you know they're going to be putting the ball in play. And when hitters are putting the ball in play versus Eflin, it's a ton of medium and hard contact. So far this year to lefties, 51% medium contact and 38% hard contact, only 9% soft. So a lot of medium and hard contact. So I really like the Giants here, just looking for a sneaky stack that we can target. A lot of their hitters, pretty much all their hitters, are insanely cheap. Their most expensive guy in the projected lineup is Posey, and he's only 4.1K, so a ton of value throughout this lineup. And I think they're in a really good spot here. Their total is 4.7 runs, which is pretty high since they're playing in San Francisco, which is a very pitcher-friendly park. You rarely see the Giants total get towards 5 runs. So I think they are in a really good spot here. So I'm going to be looking to get some exposure to their offense today with Jarrett Parker for 3,600. This is obviously a great spot. Eflin really struggles with lefties, and Parker he has been hitting righties well this year, so I like Parker today for some outfield value at 3,600. And yeah, guys, so these are my 5 plays for tonight. I went with Max Scherzer, Matt Moore, Rougned Odor, Sin-Soo Choo, and Jarrett Parker. When we plug these 5 guys in our lineup, we are left with 3,800 remaining per player, which can definitely be worked around today. If you do want to plug in some Giants, I definitely like that. Look to get some more exposure to Texas. Love them today as well. If you do want to get some Coors bats in as well, I think there are a couple of Coors bats I like today that are relatively cheap. Some of the Brewers guys are near 4K. So there's also some value that you can target throughout that Coors Field game. So you should definitely be able to build a lineup around this 5. Or if you want to get my full lineup, then be sure to follow me on Twitter at the DFS_GOAT. My lineups are $5 a day, or you can get a week of lineups for $25. So message me on Twitter if you are interested in that. Or if you just have any questions about the slate, or you need to ask me something, you can hit me up on Twitter as well at the DFS_GOAT. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed. If this is your first time on my channel, please be sure to subscribe. I do upload these videos pretty much every day, so I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe. And if you never want to miss out on any videos, if you scroll down to where the subscribe button is, there is a little bell icon. If you click that little bell, that'll notify you every time I upload. So be sure to do that as well if you never want to miss out on any videos. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Good luck tonight, guys. Peace.